Hi there folks, welcome back to the Everyone Andy Fishing channel. It's Andy here. You might have noticed that we've been away from the odd YouTube for a few weeks now. It's not because we haven't been fishing, we've been getting loads of fishing done. Unfortunately, we've not been doing a whole lot of catching. In truth, it's been a really tough old winter for us. In terms of the pike fishing, I think this is one of the worst winters I've had for a long time. But there's been some other stuff going on as well. Obviously, you all be aware that the weather's not been great and actually it's howling it down out there right now. It looks like the river season is going to end in a real damp squib. That said, before it started getting rainy at the start of March, I was super busy with guiding through February, so that took up plenty of time. Guys wanted to get onto the back end of the grayling season, so that's really cool. The other thing that happened is that IB's been working super hard and has landed herself an awesome new job. I'm really proud of her. It's taken a lot of time, a lot of effort, but she's got the job. Massive promotion, really cool, so well done to you, IB. That said, we have done a bit of fishing, and that's the whole idea of this video, is we're going to get you caught up with what's been going on with IB and myself. First up though, I'm quite thirsty. I'm going to go make myself a cup of tea, and then we'll sit down and we'll have a chat about what's been going on in the last few weeks. That's better. Now, you might already be wondering, Andy, why are you wearing a hat inside your house? The reason I'm wearing a hat inside my house is because earlier on this morning, I banged my head and I've actually cut my head and it looks a bit ridiculous. So the hat's staying on, I'm afraid, until that cut's healed up. So the first thing I want to tell you all about is a trip that IB and I took up to the Lake District. We had a really kind invite from a guide on the Lake District who guides for pike from a boat, a guy called Brian Lawrence. I'll leave you a link in the description below to Brian's service. Really kind invite to take us up and show us some trolling techniques. Now that's something that I don't do. I've no experience of big water trolling for pike, using the big baits, using planer boards, any of that stuff. Neither of us had any idea what we were doing there. So it was really cool of Brian to invite us. IB's done a couple of reviews of the bigger baits, the big trout and the big pike, and this was going to give us a chance to use them. So that was really cool. The Lake District was absolutely stunning, absolutely beautiful. What a place. We'll definitely go back, if not to do pike fishing, but to do trout fishing. But any reason that we can find to go up there, we'll definitely take it. It was a funny old day weather-wise. When we pulled up at the car park to meet Brian, it was -3. And an hour into the fishing, it was +10. It was one of those weird days. It went from very cold to very hot. But actually, we were all pretty confident about catching a few fish. The conditions seemed good. It wasn't too windy. It was nice and bright. There was a chance the fish would come up to the ledges a little bit further. It didn't work out though, for whatever reason. Now I'm going to stick in the Guides Alliance here and say that I think Brian did everything we could possibly do. We tried different baits, we tried different speeds, we tried different depths. It just wasn't happening, and actually there were 4 or 5 other boats out on the lake and they all found similar results to us. There was of course time for one fish though. IB landed herself an absolute beauty. Check this out.
So everything's done and set up and rigged up. We are ready, we're just waiting. We are on the drift now. Brian knows what he's doing. I have no idea, so I'm completely reliant on Brian right now. But we're just gonna wait and let's see what's happening.
Oh, there we go.
Oh my god! Oh my god, right hand line. Right hand line.
What we do?
The pike!
Exactly where you said.
Oh, why are you going looser? Don't go looser.
When it's use a boat, then look.
IB, what's going on?
Don't talk to me right now. It's too important. I don't want to lose that fish. If you look at my eyes right now, Brian, I'm literally crying.
Move that way now.
You move me. You move me. I can't. I don't want to lose the fish.
Keep in touch. Hold on.
As long as there's a bend on it, it's fine. So what I want you to do, when you get the planer board near, I'm going to unclip the planer board.
Okay.
And then the fish is all yours. So That pop isn't turning now, so don't worry about that.
Okay.
Right, so the best thing is going to go nuts in a minute.
It's one. Oh, I can see the fish! I can see the fish! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Ah, I can see the fish! I can see the fish!
So you're good fish, look.
Hold on to that. Oh, can you see the fish? Can you see the fish? Oh god! Oh, look at you! You found little one! Ah, I have a fish on the boat! Oh, oh my god! Look what I have! It's a very pretty fish as well. So I'm going to put you back. I'm going to put you back. Oh.
You have enough for that, yeah? Well done.
What are the chances of that?
Hold on.
Just watch that hook still in the...
Yeah.
Happy?
Yeah.
He's fine, brilliant. Well done.
So a couple of days after that, IB and I went down to a small stream. It's a small stream we fished quite recently. We did a little competition, but we wanted to go back and have another go because we were surprised how few perch we caught. We went back, and to be honest, it was even harder. We saw one fish all day, which I was able to put a bait in front of. Other than that, it was absolutely rock solid. Very, very strange. Oh, well, that was really fun. So when IB and I walked down here, I thought I'd just seen a fish in the water move, and nothing really happened. And then we spotted this guy in the edge, actually throwing the hook. Yeah, looks like someone's pulled a gill out. Probably bad handling. Come on, buddy. Yeah, it's probably bad handling that. Hate to see that, so we'll get him back as quickly as possible. He's been in the wars. Pretty fish. But he needs to get back and get some rest, so we'll slip him back. So obviously one of the big advantages of fishing little streams like this, small places, is that you get to be able to see the fish in the water. And I've fished here for 4 or 5 minutes now, and I must admit I hadn't seen that fish. It just caught my eye. Within 2 seconds of that lure landing, it got within about 6 foot of him and he just smashed it. There was no way he wasn't going to eat. So it just shows if you've got a good pair of polarised lenses, you can see through the glare, see into the water, you've got a much better chance of catching a few fish. IB, you're up. Really nice to catch a fish, and off the back of that I was really hopeful that the weather was going to pick up and we're going to start seeing more and more action, but to be honest, off the back of that it all started to go wrong. I had 2 or 3 pike trips, just saw nothing on the gravel pit. It was absolutely dire, and the increased rainfall after that meant we couldn't even get close to the river, so in truth it was really tough from then on. Really struggled. From there though, I found myself going across to Ireland. A few of you asked in the comments section. I've tried to be as honest as I can about all this. As you know, I'm a full-time guide and I guide on both fly fishing and on spinning. My business is actually backed by Sierra and Savage Gear. So in return for a little bit of kit that helps me out with my business, I'm available to go and do shows and help those guys out and try and present and promote the products as well as I possibly can. So it was away over to Ireland, to Northern Ireland, to a lovely town called Enniskillen, to a shop called Fish and Tackle and Bait. And I wasn't on my own either. I was with a really good buddy of mine, Robbie Northman. So off we went on the plane. We were hoping that we'd get a chance to do plenty of fishing, but again, the weather was really rough on us. On the first day, we managed to sneak out and bagged a couple of fish. Rob had quite a nice fish given the conditions. Most of the locals didn't want to go near the river, but we persevered and we got a couple in the end. So as you can see, I'm not stood outside my house. I am stood right next to, check this out, Lochs. We're in Ireland. I'm here with Robbie, one of the other guys from Savage Gear. Rob.
How you doing, folks?
Oh, I'm in your way there.
We're here in Ireland on Lochs, not far from Enniskillen. I think that's how you say it anyway.
Something like that, near
Just
enough. Somewhere in
little bit
Ireland.
new for me.
Yeah, we've come over to do an open day at a shop called Fish and Tackle and Bait. We're helping out with Savage Gear, but that means little perks like we get to go and do some fishing on the day off.
Can't take my eyes off it. It's
Absolutely amazing, isn't it? So this lake's got pike, it's got perch, it's got trout. We don't know where they are, we don't know how to catch them, but we've got about 2 hours to figure it out, haven't we?
Yeah.
What should we do?
Give it a good go.
Should we keep on waffling, or should we get rigged up and go and catch some fish?
Man, I want to get rigged up and catch some fish.
Let's do it. Oh! Got him! Come here, you Irish pike. Come on. Woohoo! There we go! Knuckles! Boom! There we go. So Rob and I have had a bit of a spot change since the last time you saw us. We've gone from beautiful rural Ireland to bang in the middle of Enniskillen, right in the town centre to find some fish. And after a little bit of fuss, we stuck an Irish pike. It may not be the loch monster that everyone hopes for, but it's the first fish of the trip, and that means it's the most important one. Really pleased with that. We'll get him slipped back and we'll see if we can find his big mama. Go on, buddy. Back you go. Sulking. Ah, there we go.
There we go.
Absolutely smashed it as well. There we go. Please tell me your GoPro was on.
It turns out that Andy's recording. Unfortunately, I wasn't. But as you can see, the light's just fading. We're about to call it a day, and I ran another lure through the margin, and we picked up a little bonus pike at the end. There we go. Now that is one absolutely choked rattle trout. So I've got by the gills. I'm going to use the Savage Gear deeper. So there we go. We'll just pop that in, and boom, simple as that. There we are. That's clear. Ooh, she's a lively one. There we go. Lovely, lean, spirited fish. What a perfect way to end a short session. We've only been out for a couple of hours and we're just having a bit of an explore. But so here we go, a nice pike to end the session, probably in the 80 centimetres. A very skinny lead fish, and whoa, that's a fighting Irish pike right there. The first one of the session for me. So hopefully as the week goes on, me and Andy will have a few more.
I will say the show was a huge success, and massive thanks to the guys at Fish and Tackle and Bait. I heard that on the second day, on the Saturday morning, at 9 AM, there were about 80 or 90 people queued outside the shop to get in, which is so cool. It's so great to see so much interest, and so great to see so many youngsters as well. There was a very, very young crowd, lots of people really interested in what was going on, interested in the products, wanted to have a chat, really like all that stuff. So really, really cool event, and I hope that one goes again next year because it was an absolute cracker. Robbie totally stole the show on this one on the second day. We finished work, we had about 35-40 minutes of light left. I went straight off into the house to make myself a cup of tea and a sandwich because I was hungry. Robbie decided that he was just going to go out and have 20 minutes basically on the front lawn of the cottage we were stopping in. And I'll let Robbie explain exactly what happened there. Right, so that's the show over and done with. Huge thanks to the guys at Fish and Tackle and Bait in Enniskillen for a brilliant event. I really enjoyed it. I don't know about you.
Oh, it's a cracking event.
Really, really fun. Robbie snuck in a little bit of fishing yesterday after the event while I was sat and having a cup of tea, and this happened. Rob, talk us through it.
It was a bit of opportunistic fishing, really. Andy was enjoying a nice bacon sarnie, a cup of tea. I rejected the offer and thought I'd head down to the dock. took the LRF micro sand eel, just hoping to see what's about really after having a little bump yesterday, didn't you, Andy?
Jammy Northman.
And yeah, about 15 minutes in, wallop. Zip, zip, zip round the yard. I couldn't do anything with it. I thought I took the big pike, and then it started really running, and I think I must have been calling for help for quite a while.
I was sat reclined with my pipe and slippers on when I heard Andy from yonder. I poked my head out to see Rob running down the dock chasing after this fish, but eventually he won the day.
Yes, I
What
did.
a fabulous fish as well,
I did.
absolute stunner.
Only one or two instances of falling in the loch and getting soaking feet during the battle, but
You won it in the end.
I did win it in the
So
end.
slightly different venue today. We're back in the town centre. We'll turn around a little bit. We've got a little kind of marinery, pontoony area. We've got an hour and a half before it goes dark, so we're going to do what we did the other day and just drop some baits in down the edges. Hopefully we'll tease up a pike or two.
Yeah.
If not, it was worth a go. We're looking really up against it for the weather tomorrow, aren't we?
Yeah, I think we're forecasted sleet, snow and 45-mile-an-hour winds,
Yeah,
so hopefully it's not the case.
We pretty much based the whole trip around tomorrow,
Yeah.
and 8 hours worth of fishing. It looks very unlikely that's going to happen, so there's a little bit of pressure on tonight, but I think rather than keep waffling on about it, we need to get some baits in the water, don't we?
Definitely, mate.
Let's go and
get
give it a
fishing.
crack. Right, so we've got Robbie behind us, getting rigged. Rob is somewhere behind us getting rigged up, he's hiding. But we've got Magic here, who came to see us at the store, asking about, Robbie, put your trout away. Asking about what we're up to. Magic catches a load of fish in this area, so he's filled us with confidence. Do you reckon we can catch some fish?
Yeah.
Give him some knuckles. Awesome, let's go do it. So that was the third night there, a couple of perch, but by this point the river was absolutely pounding through and it was very, very hard. No pike at all and just a few perch on the drop shot. We'd based the entire thing, our entire fishing opportunity was going to be the Sunday morning, where we could fish till about 2 o'clock before we had to head back to the airport. So we were hoping we'd get 6 hours in. But by this point the weather was absolutely abysmal. It really was bad. So very, very kindly a friend of ours, Andrew Galt, offered to take us out and show us a couple of hot spots that might fish well while the weather was bad. And actually, given the conditions, they did, but the conditions worsened and worsened and worsened. I think we finished on about a dozen perch between the three of us before the weather just got so bad. There was about 1/4 of an inch of snow settled on Robbie's cap by the time we managed to drag him away from the water. It was really, really difficult, but huge thanks to Andy, because if he hadn't have taken us out, I'm not sure what we'd have done. So that's that. As I said at the start, we've been trying to do a little bit of fishing. In truth, it's just not gone very well, between a mixture of difficult fishing, horrible weather, technical difficulties, and a load of other stuff that's been going on. We just haven't caught the fish that we'd have hoped. That said, hopefully we're approaching the spring now. I must admit, it doesn't look like it outside at the moment. I can even see there's a little bit of snow coming down now. But as the weather starts to warm up a little bit, hopefully the fishing will get a little bit more accessible. Ivy and I are already making plans to do some really cool stuff this summer, so please do stick with us. If you're not subscribed to the channel already, you really ought to do that, because if you don't, you could miss out on something really cool. If you are subscribed, thank you very much, and please keep in touch, drop us some comments, let us know what you'd like us to do. Please give this video a like, because that really helps, and please stick with us, keep an eye out for the channel, because there's cool stuff coming really soon. Thank you very much. Bye bye.